All right. I think computer's having a little malfunction then. Anyway, here we are. See if I can shut down. I think we're here. Anyway, let's get started. There, I think my Google Chrome's been hungry. Yeah, 1 second. Needs an update. Sorry about this. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. You guys can see it now, can't you? You can see my screens. Can you hear me okay? This is a bit of a malfunction then.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. Bloody hell, man. It was just breaking up in my ears. I couldn't. Yeah, sweet. All right. Quickly, just going to read up this Asian, see if anything happens. What we have, UK GDP numbers, what they come out as.
As expected.
As expected, GDP estimate a little bit lower year on year. And mainly as expected. Gold hits record. Oil rises amid Middle East tension. What was oil? 86.
Yeah, that started moving last night. Just power hour.
Yeah, I think over the weekend we're going to see gold pretty high. Then same move that happened at the start of this week. That if on gold, if nothing happens and we come Monday morning and there was no attacks and we see a rally going up into the weekend, then I would imagine we see the same thing. Monday. Yeah, this one. That when the market opens, we see this big drop. Didn't stop it at all, but that was when I saw price rally and hold going to the weekend, and nothing actually happened. It was too early for me to capture, unfortunately. But when the market opened, basically just nearly a 300 pip drop as soon as it opened. Regrouped. And I think if without that heightened war fears over the weekend, gold would have probably settled across here and then opened, and then we still would have that move regardless on Monday, just due to the demand of gold, but we wouldn't have had that hold into the weekend. So we probably will have the same thing. So any sort of rallies we get, I wouldn't be surprised if we see gold rally and sort of hold up at a number. I wonder if we see 2,500 this today. Can you imagine that if we drive 1,000 pips? We're so close now to 2,500. I could just see this thing going even more parabolic than it has. Crazy, man. Absolutely insanity. Now, so finally, after 2 big days of news on Wednesday, where we're just, hey Ivan, we were just full of it. And then yesterday, also just full of it. We've got a little bit of a reprieve today. So we've had GDP numbers, nothing till University of Michigan consumer sentiment. I do wonder if the ECB will bring some speakers, and I do wonder if any Fed speakers will come out. So next week we've also got quite a lot of news. So next week we've got retail sales, CAD, CPI, and I believe we're going to have, we've got pound CPI, Aussie employment, US unemployment, oh no, okay, this is the week after. I think we've got UK interest rates, PMIs, CPI, advanced, Japanese interest rates. Okay, this week was the big one. What am I looking for now for the German? I'm not really sure just yet. I'm really not sure. I do think we're going to get some reaction regardless around this level. If we close above it, what I want to see, I want to see price close above this number, because I'm bullish today. Just trying to work out how to get into this trade, because price is already left, and we've already moved up quite a number of pips, because everything's a bit skewed with how big these moves are. But Euro session already, since we've opened, this is the German Open, but this Euro range, I've already moved 50 pips. Oh, hello. What was the prop firm that you're doing the challenge? You're talking to me, Ivan? Is that Blue Guardian? Yeah, Blue Guardian. So I think we're going to get some reaction above these highs. I would like to see price spike up, then down, to create like a wick. And I believe we'll do a wick fill, but I believe we'll do like a bit of a reaction from above as well, and then come down again. But I think we'll make our way up ultimately to fill this area. So So I think a decent target for just the session alone would just be this liquidity candle that's been left untouched. I would like to see it. I would have loved to have swept low before going higher. Maybe it's still a possibility that it can do that. Be pretty mindful of taking breakout trades above here, but I would like to see a little fast move up, create a wick, and then I reckon that we could, once we create that top, once we create a top and a wick, I believe this becomes now a target for the day, and we've just got to be careful that price doesn't pull back too deeply. What's your bias, guys? I'm looking for longs or long trade. What's your bias? Yeah, Haydos is hoping for a retest of the Asia high to break structure bullish. Yeah, it's already done that, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking to get up to that same level you just highlighted, basically.
This 18,190, yeah, because I was waiting. Where was it? I also want to see this level broken above. If we can break above 18,250, then I believe that we see another 70 pips to the upside pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm bullish today.
Nice one. It's kind of given no chance whatsoever, isn't it, so far? As soon as Germans opened, it's just gone. No bottom wick, no bottom wick. Little pullback, little pullback. Now we're 5 minutes from London, but now we're getting close to the London high yesterday. We almost reversed all of yesterday's trade. That day's almost looking like a little pin bar.
But do you think it's done its bearish dash and now it's likely to reverse and continue bullish movement up? Because it's still in a lower low, lower high H4 pattern.
Yeah, I don't think it's just going to go straight up without having pullbacks along the way. And it's at one of those, it's at this area now that when you have had these like complex pullbacks, it does get to a focal point where
Look at the higher high.
are we starting to shift, or is it just a lower high? It's that real inflection point.
Yep.
That we need to decide which is which. Same thing happened back in October. So if we go back to the start of here, when it was in the same sort of cycles down, and then if we looked over to the left, it had been still rallying for most of last year. Yeah. So rallying most of the year, pushing up, down, up, down, up, down, and then we had this channel, which started pushing down, and we're in the same kind of situation now, where when price gets to this point, is it a lower high, or is it the start of a new recovery?
I guess the higher low is probably the indicator.
Yeah. It's once it's made the higher low, then you know. But when it's coming back up to this area,
yeah,
this is where there's a case for both. Everyone that looks at it could see it in two different ways.
Yeah, and if it is going to be a higher low, maybe has it already done the higher low? That little bottom of the Asian session. Well, we're only on 30 minutes, so probably not.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that there's going to be some reaction at the trend line, just from like trend line traders, that there's going to be some sort of reaction here, some sort of sweep manipulation. So people that look for the trend line to bounce, there'll be some sellers gathering around here. If it breaks that trend line, people might be looking for the retest, so you might have some buyers regathering, and it's likely that price does something like that and just takes out people willing to sell, takes out people that look willing to buy, and once all the wash is out, then the true move happens. J-Man, defo bullish, nick 20 pips earlier. Oh, good one, man. Very good. In and out already. Yeah, that was a nice little open. It literally started with no bottom wick. So this whole week, this is what's something that's fairly interesting. This whole week, that London has opened, maybe even more. There's been no real reversal in London. No real substantial reversal. It's basically, well, for the first few hours anyway, as soon as it opened and it started making its move, it just started, like it was just going that way. We haven't seen any like liquidity, like strong liquidity grabs at the open to manipulate price. Maybe today's the day, but as soon as it's opened, it's basically just gone that same direction. So it'll be interesting to see what London does, where it decides to go. My alert's gone off already.
Well, it's just breached the 4-hour liquidity wick.
Yep. Yeah, that's where, that's the zone I was wondering what's going to happen. So this is basically my target. I want to see a spike up to create a target and then just sort of see how we're going to get up there. Those that haven't answered, what's your bias, guys?
Long.
Oh, sorry. I didn't add myself. Now you guys should be able to hear me. My bad. Are you already long, Dom?
Yeah, I took a punt earlier.
Nice one. Paul, we're looking for longs as well. Everyone's looking for longs. Let's go for short.
Yeah, I was kind of confused by all the HES zones that were being thrown by the indicator, because there was a lot of LQs and HES zones. So like as it was breaking through, I was like, is it going to carry on, or is it going to go back down and retest it? And I don't know, just a bit messy for me.
Mm-hmm.
So hence the punch.
Just close your eyes. Take a long.
Yeah.
So
I think the longs are safe, Hayden. I came in probably with a short bias before this conversation, but I've definitely changed my mind. I think that gives us the clear indication longs are good.
yeah. Yeah, longs for sure. It's just, will it let us, because I'm not a breakout trader. So maybe it's a day for breakout traders where they benefit. So there was this, it's kind of like it feels like a Wolf of Wall Street kind of story, but it was this, this guy who had set this room up called The Room, and it was quite a small space, always kept the windows shut, the blinds drawn, having like monitors above the desk of all these traders, and that display their P&L. And the room was designed for focus and obviously profit and maybe a little bit of competition. One of the head had this case of what they thought was going to happen on the day. So he positioned himself short, and everyone else had done the same thing. And when the market opened, it opened really strong up to the upside. So all these guys were just in drawdown, and all kind of like everything really quiet, and all this doubt was starting to creep in whether the old guy that was leading the charge had like lost his touch. And all day, the leader sat in the center of the room, and his assistant sat across from him, like his EA, and she was calling out like the future numbers, and then saying like, "Are you listening to me?" He's like, "Yes, I can hear you." He's like, "Just shut up," because it's going against him. He was in a lot of pressure, and then he was talking about like how he handles the pressure. So what he was doing was like, he knows that the only way for him to stay in this position was to not look at it. So he organized his wife to bring the family, and they went to lunch, and just sitting quietly, and knew to come back at a specific time, like a turning point in the market, and that would be like after lunch or after the Fed had announced something. And when the news eventually first came out, it was in his favor that they cut rates. So no, they did something. But the rates were. He had a plan that it was going to be a pump and dump, and as soon as the news came out, the market rallied on the news even further, and then it just started turning and just absolutely like plummeted. And moral of the story is sometimes you just got to close your eyes, not look at the price, because the price action will lead you to make the wrong decision before the true move actually happens. So sometimes, like, I remember I was in a trade, and I had not when was this? It was not too long ago, and I was in the city, and I put a trade on, and I was pretty confident with it, but I wanted to keep an eye on it, and my phone I got too close to the city in the buildings that I just lost reception, and I was like, "Oh shit, what's going on?" And I was trying to like find the reception, and because I hadn't put my take profit in, because I was watching it, and I found I had to go all these other places. I had to turn the phone off, turn it back on, and I was quite nervous at that time. I was like, "Shit, what's actually going to happen?" And time actually got it going. Price had gone just past where I would have got out anyway, but just because like I wasn't able to watch it, it was actually worked out in my favor, because I knew I would have closed it if it like I was looking for it to come back and like retest, and I would have closed here, and it was offline for about 10 minutes before I could actually find this reception. And by the time I got everything working again, price had like pushed, like it wicked up and had come back down a little bit, but I was able to close it like here. So I'd made like extra that I was intending. But it was a bit of panic, because I'm thinking, my brain it's amazing how your brain straight away always reverts to fear. Not fear of like, I'm not going to be killed or anything, but fear that the chances are that it's done a meltdown rather than a melt up is what I always think is the most likely scenario when I can't watch it. You guys get that?
Yeah.
So where you said like, if you think it's bullish and to take a punt, even if it looks like a terrible area to get in, it only looks terrible like at the time, and then after time goes by, it actually looks like a great entry now. It's funny how your brain does these things. Okay, so we got a bit of a spike up. Now for this to come down, I want to trade back up to this wick, and trading back up to this wick will be at least 20 pips. Just waiting to see if it sort of balances a little bit more, because I am expecting the reaction from this area, which we are getting. It's taking the Asian low. We've got structure, like this kind of like overlapping structure. I think if it, worst case scenario, if it just does a wick fill straight away. I'd like to see it come back down. So if whatever I give over here, even though I'm bullish, if it's doing something and dropping too much, I won't hold on to it. I'll try to get in again in the lower spot. Okay.
So I missed that. So you said you're bullish, but you're expecting wick fill. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to push up and break the high here.
Oh, now.
Yeah, well, I was kind of hoping it would come down a little bit lower to
Yeah.
get in. But I'm also mindful that I don't know if it does decide to do a pullback. I don't know how low the pullback will be. And because it's so high in the move already the daily low and where we're at is already over 100 pips. So I know the upside is capped before they do a decent pullback. At the moment, this looks like a 4-minute little fake out, like train tracks. And Freaky Friday, so I don't want to like... It's been a really good week. I don't want to finish the week on a sour note like last week.
I don't know that I'm very clear. Obviously, I understand that you're bullish, but are you suggesting you're going to take a sell and then the buy?
No, I'm not looking for sells. I'm cautious of how far it comes down.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I don't want to like say I'm looking. Yeah, I should have gone in at that time. Anyway, but like say I was wanted to get in a little bit lower to target at least this high. But I don't want London could come back all the way down and retest this Asian high, and I don't want to like have a trade idea that's like this. So I'd rather just take my hit that if price comes down, stops me out, and then it is coming down, I'd rather just give it a couple goes to get in and sacrificing like 10-15 pips on maybe a couple losses, but ultimately to try and get the main move. But it looks like that was the little pullback at the moment. So did anyone jump in on that? I was hesitated, waiting to see if it was going to do like a little sweep or push up, but because that's 20 pips right there. That's 17. It's going to be 20 pips when it takes the high. Bummer, man.
Gold's busy pushing 2,400. Little reaction off the...
Yeah. Yeah, gold's scary. Mate, are we buying now? Are we buying right now? Is that what you're asking? Or are we buying, looking for buys? We're looking for buys, but whether you buy right now, I don't know if you should buy right now. I think that would have been a decent little... If it pushed down, I would have liked it to have at least like retested this little area. But
Yeah, well,
it comes down. What was that, Dave?
Yeah, I wasn't going to enter unless it came down further.
Yeah, it's alright. The bullish is bias, Calvin. Put it that way. Where you enter depends on your style.
I'm actually going to go. Have we got a study session this weekend?
Oh yeah, tomorrow. Oh wait. I'll put it in the Discord. Whether it's tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, but it might have to be Sunday.
I was going to ask, not necessarily regarding the study session, but in general, is Sarah here?
Sarah?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Would you be? I was curious whether you would be willing to share your strategy around your trades from yesterday. If you took 3 trades in different directions on German 40, I believe. I think you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I can show.
And so I guess I was just curious about how you identified the reversal points and/or expecting any zones that you identified in order to find those reversals. Because I was looking at it and there's kind of obviously seesawed a lot and there's a lot of opportunities, but I was kind of flummoxed by the movement and kind of blindsided by it. I didn't know, so I couldn't see what the opportunities were, but obviously you could. So I was just curious whether you could walk us through those.
It's very, very simple. I was just watching price action and I was just following it.
That!
Yeah, that thing.
Why didn't you say so earlier? The price action.
Yeah, price action. No, I was just following the chart and it was just bouncing from the 50. So it was going up to the 50 and then I was waiting for a reaction, looking at the price action, and that was it. Very simple.
And what sort of price action did you see? Just or
just the candlestick patterns. I think I've just learned how to read it now, like another language.
yeah. Well, could you give me an example, or was it not the place maybe now to do that?
Yeah. Maybe we cover because Hayden's on live at the minute, isn't he?
We don't want to steal his thunder. He gets a bit
Exactly. Well, they'll all be paying me instead of him.
What time frame were you looking at, sir?
Sorry?
What time frame were you looking at?
I was entering on the 5 minute, but just following on the 15 and 30, and just waiting for the price to get it to a reversal point.
Yeah. Just being patient, you mean?
Being patient, yeah. I was a little piggy at the end because I went for a little short, which I lost 40 quid on that.
I saw you toying on Discord, toying whether you could roll about.
Yeah, I was pushing my luck.
Roll about the market a bit longer or not.
But I was happy to give the market back 40 pips.
If you're going to be there for a study session, would you mind taking us through how you did that, or would that be weird?
Yeah, no problem. If I'm around, I don't, because the weekends I tend to, I'm out because I can't get out much in the week. So it depends what time Hayden does it, but certainly happy.
What time works for you on tomorrow?
I will have to let you know later because it's just I walk with a couple of other people, so I just need to make sure what times we're around.
Yeah. Sound?
And I have to get out the weekend because being in front of the shop. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to move for sure. Yeah. All right. Let me know. Let me know what time works for you on.
No problem.
For tomorrow.
I appreciate that. Thanks. Well,
No problem.
I've actually got to go. Thanks, Hayden, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
See you, mate.
All right. See you later.
Danger Dave's left. Where's other Dave? We're down to Dave's.
Sorry, Hayden, stealing your thunder there.
No. I think people will be very interested. Oh, good. All right, so we're hitting this trend line. We're going to get to this like little New York high just here. Man, I hesitated and I missed it. Now we're sitting around 30 odd pips. Yeah, 30 pips now. Such a shame. Such a shame it didn't pull back a little bit more.
So I'm in this trade and I'm sort of 30 pips up.
Oh,
and
brilliant.
I'm trying to stop myself exiting because it hasn't quite reached that high yet.
This one over this zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also what I find is if the sells took place here, which obviously it did, to drop down. Also, people would be waiting for like red candles to start forming, and then whilst the peak of the selling took place here, or the initial move, you also had selling that took place along the way that pushes down. So you can start to get little pullbacks on the start, or like maybe even that first candle. This is where you can start to get little reactions from it. because
Would
like
you expect it to get above that spike?
I would expect it a bit initially, but often what
Yeah.
can happen is it can push up, come down, and then do something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't mind, like, even if your target is here, like for me it's a bit easier to like, I know I leave a lot of pips on the table, but I don't mind that when it's getting close to my zone to take some off the table. Just what the benefit of doing that, I know it's good to hold in full, and sometimes just not doing anything is best, because then, especially if you don't look at it, because you don't really see if it does do that. And what this does creates a lot of stress in the mind when it does something that you're in two minds right now what to do, and then you see it pull back and you start thinking, oh, I should have done this, should have done that, should have done that. Sometimes just taking some off the table reduces the amount of stress that happens if this does happen, and then it lets your mind think a bit more. Like you know how, like, when you put a trade on and it uses like margin, and I find like taking some profit as well at times that you think 30 pips is a good number. What you free up is some mental margin.
That's what I like about that C trader, because you can put in there and you've banked a few pips. It's quite nice.
Yeah. So it's good to be able to hold targets, have the fortitude to hold all the way to your target, but also we know the market doesn't go up in straight lines, and sometimes these pullbacks, it's the pullback that really stresses people and makes them lead to making bad decisions.
Yeah, I tend to sort of close the chart and go off and do something, and not sit and stare at the charts, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's why I mark my levels. Like, it's why a lot of the time when I take in trades or being here, it's not to actively watch every single pip movement. It's to really make sure that I spent a good amount of time, build it into my routine, understand what the levels are that I'm looking for, and then when we finish, after like watching it for an hour and a half, I can't sit here for that long. Like, I need to get up and move. But during the day, then I've got my alerts and I've got zones and levels. So when I check in, I'm like, I know the number, and I've seen what London did, and then afterwards I just check in and just see what I want to do if one of my alerts goes off. I'm prepared because I've spent an hour and a half in the morning watching it, chatting with you guys, checking the levels, memorizing it. Like, I'm always thinking when I'm here I'm always keeping, like, sometimes I just want to focus and I'll move this number across, but then I'm always looking at other prices to see what they're doing as well, because if something else comes up and I've memorized the number for the day and one of my alerts goes off, I know what to do later in the day, that I can just act on my phone if I need to. So it's good to I think it's good to like have your targets in mind, the critical numbers, and then but also not get too worried that if you miss the trade or anything, because there's so, like, I was saying to, is Ty watching? Ty's here, he's on the YouTube, saying to him last night that a lot of people a lot of people understand that there's always another trade, but not many people truly accept it. So you still get that fear of missing out. Same as winning trades and losing trades, is that you'll understand that you only trade with what you can afford the risk, and if a trade goes against you, that it could be a loser, and say whatever that money is that you're going to lose, say it's like $100 on the trade. A lot of people accept and say, yeah, I can afford to lose that, and it's part of trading. But when it comes time to part ways with that $100, a lot of people are really, like they really don't want to let go of that. So they have that pain avoidance where they hold it, or they hold drawdowns, or they make mistakes, or when they do part ways with it, they want it back immediately. And that's where the problem is because you understand it, but you really accept the loss. It's tough.
Yeah.
I've been wondering whether it makes sense to get in with larger lot sizes and you plan just because if you're planning to take partials, and you feel like if you're going at the normal lot size, then
You
half the
water
trade
it down.
goes to waste. Yeah.
Yep. It's two. There's so many different ways. Either if you're on your trading, you're quite used to it going and profit a little bit. It's just maybe your targets, like your absolute targets, are hard to get. Because I know that when we get to the trade, I know it's extremely possible to at least get to here. But obviously I want more. I want to get to here. Whether it gets to here is another thing. But where it goes to here would actually be really high probability. So do you maximize getting the trade and maximize that portion and then make the runner just a little bit? Or do you just do the normal where you get in and then you start watering it down? Or do you hold in full to see if it can get here? Or do you get in if you know as well that often if you're not getting that initial little move, which moves like 20-30 pips regularly, if you know that most of the time you put that trade on and the first trade's a losing trade, then you kind of do the opposite where you go in smaller than you originally do on the first position and you look to add size later. So you see how there's like three ways there: either just normal, just one size fits all, or you go big, like real big, like that's what Raja does. If you calculate like his initial risk per lot size for the trade, he's probably risking like a good 5% of his account. But when he secures, or how he used to secure at 10 pips or 15 pips and let the rest run. And if he knows that if it goes against him, he'll just exit the trade very quickly. So he'll never lose much more than, if he does take a loss, it might be like 1% or something, even though he uses like 5% risk, because very rarely it'll just hit a stop loss in full. Most of the time.
Except when he does a gold trade with a crazy spread.
yeah. Unless he does straddle trade.
Nice pullback.
Yeah, did you secured at that point, Justin?
Yeah, I exited. I'm out basically. Yeah, just below that level.
Brilliant. Good move, mate. That was a really good trade. So you got in luck here, or were you in earlier?
I was trying to get to that level, so I took a couple of small losses because it pulled back on me a little bit a couple of times, and then it went off. So third time lucky.
Good one. That was a really good trade. Elvin, is it possible market's still buying? Well, the levels were pretty well flagged. It was watch out for this trend line. It was we had this zone that we wanted to get, and we wanted to get to this zone. So I think it's still possible, but like, do you want to buy here? You need to plan these moves, mate. You really got to plan them. The whole idea, ultimately, I would like to see it tap 18,190. But for this here to here, that's like 30 to 40 pips. That's good, mate. Actually, how are you, mate? Dual shot. What strategy is it? Oh, this is where you're looking at total, actually.
Yeah, so still until unless price is not closing above this area, I can still look for sells from that area, because the structure is still bearish. Structure is still haven't changed the structure, because a lot of people after seeing price closing above here, they think that price gonna continue pushing to the upside. This was a previous resistance. So price closing above, so that people gonna think that price gonna continue pushing to the upside.
Yeah.
It may happen, but for confirmation, I need at least maybe structure broke here, price closing above here, and then coming back like this. Then I can think about long-term buys to the upside again.
Yeah, I want to see to get from here to here, which is the next step. I don't want it to go. It'll be very difficult if it just goes up in a straight line. But if we get a pullback and a closure above this level, then you know this next zone's on for sure.
What time frame's that, Akshay?
4 hours.
4
Sorry,
hours,
3
yeah.
hours. 3 hours. 3 hours.
Oh, 3
3
hour,
hours.
yeah.
Deal shot, this is liquidity style, just market movements between buyers and sellers. Yeah, just looking at last week's low, price just broke through it without any retracement whatsoever, hoping it can retest that level to give me another shot to enter. Could have missed the first move. I missed it too. Oh, you're looking at 15-minute, the consolidation zone at M5 is the level of last week's low. I really loved this area. This was such a good area. Where's Rani? Rani got that buy. He slipped on it as well, so he woke up and it was like up here, like 200 pips in profit. What's gold doing? Struggling to get above 2400. Would you give that liquidity candle a crack then, Akshay?
Yeah, but just the one candle will not gonna decide that we're gonna drop from here. So we need like price coming back one more time, creating HCS, and then maybe we will continue pushing downside.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it like wicks the high for that drop. So I'm still looking like I'd like to see this move still to try target that. I've seen this play out so many times that we get like, say for example, we get a good trade and it just looks really nice and it looks something like this, and then what happens afterwards is that price does that and then goes boom. So you look like you've got a winning trade and you're really happy at the time, and then when you look at it afterwards, you're like, oh, I just melted from my TP like 150 pips to the downside. And you realize where their true money was. I think we did that the other day. There's literally the exact same example over this one. This was on Wednesday. Was that took the buys somewhere inside of here at the end of the stream, and that was literally the TP, and then afterwards just melted.
I've got to drop off, guys, but hopefully I'll see you on the study session. Is it Saturday or Sunday?
It'll be tomorrow. Sarah will confirm the time if it works for her. If she can't make it, then it'll be in the morning around like 9:30.
Okay, yeah, I might not be around in the morning, so I'll have to watch it on.
What time suits you?
I usually play golf on a Saturday morning, so yeah, it's going to be sort of lunchtime. It's too late for you guys.
Oh, that's late for the Aussies then.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be in the folder, won't it?
Oh, actually, maybe I'll ask for a poll because it was too late before daylight savings, but now it's only 9 hours different. So even lunchtime's like 9 o'clock. But then the Kiwis, it's a bit late for the Kiwis. All right, I'll put a poll. Yeah, I think I can do polls now. I prefer to do it on a Saturday because then it gives people that can't watch it at least a chance on Sunday before Monday comes along.
Yeah, sure.
So, all right, mate. Well, have a good. Are you doing golf now as well?
No, I've got meetings and work. Golf later.
Okay, mate. Well, you have a good day. Okay.
Oh,
Good,
you guys
good
take
trade.
care.
Well done.
Cheers.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
See you, Dom. See you Monday. Oh, she's gone as well. Actually. Oh, pound Aussie.
Yes, yesterday
1
we
hour.
discussed about this thing. Yesterday on the GBP AD.
Yeah, where is that? Do you have that chart still?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me copy that thing. 1 second.
Alvin's, are we selling now, mate? You got to stick to a bias, Alvin. Really got to. You've really got to have a bias. Either buying or you're selling. You could buy into a sell if that was the original plan. Don't ask me what you should do though.
Ask Akshay, he's the market maker.
No, because the thing is that if you don't have your own bias or you don't have your own trade, I mean, I know if you're trying to learn and trying to find consistency, I get it. But trading's, even if someone tells you that they have a 100% win rate, sure, give them your money. But if anyone's got good traders would only have, depending on risk reward and everything, anywhere between like a 30 to a 70% win rate. There's always a chance it loses, and if you if you follow someone on a losing trade, then you just blame them. You don't learn from that. I'll give you my idea, my case, why I was looking for buys. I'm looking for buys. I don't want to entertain sells. Even though I think sells, this is a very good area for it, I just know that I don't want it. I'm looking for a buy move, so I'm very focused on the price action I'm looking for. And if I see something that lines up with everything, I'll take it. I'll net my 20-30 pips. I'll watch for the levels, and I'll have a little break. There's going to be a move for everyone. Doesn't matter if you're buying or selling today. Both, most of the time, 95% of the days, there's something for everyone.
So this was yesterday's plan. We discussed about the structure, lower highs. Now we already broke structure. Price came back into that area. Now we may start moving to that side. And first of all, I did not take any trade this thing on my live account. This is just testing this phase now. So once I'm getting enough data, because a lot of people are also doing this thing to backtest this thing to get enough data. Then maybe after 1 month, we can try it on the live account.
Yeah. I mean, if you really plan and wait for these like swing trade levels, oh geez, the risk reward potential is amazing. All this other stuff, internal structure, is just for like scalping in and out. But if you mark up like on just a select pairs, like maybe pick 3, 4, 5 pairs, and you mark the really high probability swing sort of style entries, if you just wait for those and get price action around those levels, Jesus, it's so good.
Especially for the people who are not able to stay on the chart, maybe because of job or anything else, they can move to the swing trading opportunity. Obviously, they also have to backtest this thing. Without backtesting, you should not be doing any kind of live trades.
yeah, you need to put that idea in, plan your idea, and then if and journal it, backtest it, forward test it. Don't have to put money down to create an idea. What do I think about gold, IP? I think for gold, I think with all this tension, I can't see it selling off dramatically today. I imagine that we're gonna go into the weekend quite strong. Yeah, 2,500. I was joking that what if we see 2,500 today. But if we, I reckon we'll hold strong going into the weekend. If something happens over the weekend, gold will be really strong next week. But if nothing happens over the weekend, then we'll see gold fall back, like because gold's been such a strong rally, and I think without this geopolitical threat, then I reckon that you might see a little bit of profit taking for the end of the week, and price would fall back, and maybe this would be like weekend. But with the threat, I think gold will stay elevated, so that we'll get that little profit taking potentially on Monday first thing in the morning, before then recouping and reposition themselves again. There is a piece of information though that I reckon could cap the amount of like Asian volatility in gold, and that is Shanghai introducing a limit on how much people can buy, because there's a natural arbitrage happening where, you know, gold, the price of the London gold exchange on gold is say it's like 2,400. The exact same thing at the Shanghai exchange would be like plus 100 to 150 dollars. So people can buy and sell the exact same asset for two different prices and then just bank the difference. So what it, like, it's been going for quite a while. Now what Shanghai have done is they've capped how much people can buy and brought the numbers really low, so it kind of avoids that arbitrage now. So that could cap the speed of some upside as well. That might be something to consider. But I think we're gonna like just have a look at all these headlines: South Chinese Sea, Iran, Israel, Russia, Ukraine, geopolitical tensions. If we see oil spike up above, like getting close to like $90 as well, then I think all of this is just going to support gold up to 2,500. All right, I'm pretty keen to see some sort of sweep under here, and then maybe trading from like here to here. It's only a little bit. It's in a real dangerous area now. This really dangerous. Liberator. No, my idea at the start was to trade from. I was hoping this was going to pull back, and I was going to go long, and this is my target, my first target. My second target was actually up here, this one here. But what I wanted to see was a quick move up, and then I wanted to see price come down, and then I wanted to see price push up again, and then what it does from here, I'd be into. I'm not really sure. So I'm looking for longs. But I missed this move. This didn't quite pull back enough. Now for this to play out. Yeah, I just need to wait and see now. That's mine. Haha, you like the sound. Yeah, she's comes in and says hello in the morning. But then she wants to be held. Okay, so okay, I want to see it take this high. That's what I'd like to see. Trading for your kids' baby years hardened me, made your mindset solid. You realize you're trading for as well. I enjoy it. Like it's a bit difficult to stream and like be here controlling the computer with her, because like as soon as I finish here, I look after her, and then but like during the New York session, I quite enjoy just like walking around holding her, and like I'll join a couple of my other friends and they'll be controlling the screen, and I'll just have my headphones in so I can like just chat with them, and I really it's quite a special time being able to work and trade, because like once it levels, I'm pretty calm trading. So when I can hold her as well and sort of chat, I realize I'm really thankful that this is my job. It's not like I've got to go out to work and like just spend time away from the family all the time, so it's good. But it's hard as well when you want to like concentrate on something and then they start, you know, needed attention, crying. She needed the nappy changed at the worst possible time the other day. Threw the nappy at her. Change it yourself, I'm busy. She's a cute little thing. You can see this.
They still have a knack of getting in the way of your screen, however old they are.
She's obsessed with the phone already. So like, if I have it just sitting on the couch, she'll have her toys that she's like playing with, and she will like see the phone and her little lips, I can tell she's up to something, and then she'll start like grabbing for the phone. I put it just outside of her reach to try and encourage her to like crawl and move, and she'll just do that for ages, trying to grab the edge of it, trying to pull it closer, and then trying to get it. Alright, so far this I like how it's reacting here. Worked out of the home for my 2 older kids and got the trade from home for my 2 youngest. Can't beat being can't beat being home for the kids. Yeah, that's amazing. Pretty tempted to go for a long if I see something that was kind of grab this liquidity, give it a shot. but I believe that we will get a little bit of a sweep. It's interesting how it's accumulating here for so long. It's like it's gathering orders, just giving people a real good look, because this area is a real inflection point. So you're going to have buyers and sellers both looking at this level, planning a way to go. So we need to be careful not to be liquidity on both sides and just planning to move. Either way, don't let whatever the result is affect you. Hey Alan, how are you? Naz has gone down, has it? Yeah. Swept the Asian low. Gold's still just hanging around here.
NAS needs a correction after yesterday.
It's just been going like one day up, one day down, one day up, one day down.
It's been in a big 4-hour range.
Yeah, look at this. That's big moves up, big move down, big move up, big move down, big move up, big move down, big move up, big move down, up.
They'll probably sell off today.
Probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I agree, Tall Order. That was I had a long on both equities and also gold, and it really makes me feel strange doing that. Alrighty. Is anyone in that thing? Did anyone give that a shot?
No, I'm still in it. I've still got a run off.
Yeah, I was surprised to see after that big rally. I was surprised to see like some of these VGS went up, like this index one, but it didn't go up a lot. I was expecting it to go up a bit. It gapped up. I was expecting some of these pre-markets to show that it was a bit more bullish. VAS went down. This kind of surprised me.
We've got bank earnings today, haven't we? So US 30 might have a reaction today.
Is it today? I know we've got.
I think so.
Yeah, okay. I know we've got earnings today. I know we've got earnings. We're coming into Q2 earnings season.
I think it's today. I might be wrong.
Oh,
Is it earnings whispers? Earning whispers you can look at?
Earning whispers. I get like an email about 12:30 my time, like 30 minutes before the New York Open.
Yeah, earning whispers calendar.
Never used this website before. Friday before the open. So we've got JP Morgan,
Yep.
Wells Fargo, BlackRock, Citi, Progressive, State Street. Oh yeah.
That's a lot of US 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're I think JP Morgan's actually looking at not very good numbers. I think I read something, maybe I'm wrong, but a couple of the banks they were forecasting struggled a bit. So it'll be interesting to see.
So 6:55 Eastern.
Insurance, bank, hedge, institutional, bank. Okay, yeah, that. Keep an eye out for that. If it's before they open, that's good.
Yeah.
I hate it when it's after they open, after the close. Remember Nvidia?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Buy NAS. Just put your finger
Buy
on.
it.
Close,
Buy
your,
it.
close your eyes.
We're
Right.
done before they open. Dixie went up a lot, yeah. Yeah, we've got University of Michigan's consumer sentiments as well at 3 UK time, 3 p.m., 10 a.m. US time. Yeah, you're right. This bad boy over here. Usually doesn't do too much though, this survey. All right, well, it's pretty much all going to plan so far. Now to take the top. So it's done the wick fill basically. When it does this candle, comes up, this 30-minute will look even nicer. So pushes up, creates that little spike, and then it just does the wick fill straight after. I'd expect if we can get like a good close above here. Once we get the close above here, next level, there's another 30 pips to the north side. How wise is it to short NAS 100 now? It's breaking below. Not wise at all, I don't think. Yeah, I find that this area, Asian low, could be dangerous for a liquidity sweep, like this one. See how like once it takes Asia high or Asia low. See how like when you got this trend, has a little reaction. So whilst you've got clean candles and all these FVGs and stuff, to short it, to take the breakout short for NAS, pretty tough. Pretty tough.
And I think also anyone should not be trading NAS in London session.
Yeah,
You can
agreed.
see big move happening in NY session.
Yeah, you target this in New York session for sure. Sage advice. Even it could happen, it's not something that is going to be reliable long term. We're going to take 2400. Look at this historic moment. You're going to be able to tell, like, say to your kids, where were you when 2400 was hit? OS, looking at the equal lows near 107 on M5. What are the odds of rangy behavior to 139? What? Oh, you are talking about NAS. Oh, sorry, German. Hey, Danger Dave.
Hey, well, so
How are you?
good. I got in. So those two trades stopped out last night. I was annoyed because I took off a pending trade I had pretty well at the bottom of where it went to. But I got in early this morning and I've been long since this morning Brisbane time. So
Oh, wow.
that's going well.
Yeah, nice one.
Just thinking whether I should close it or not.
It's at a inflection point now. It's a tricky spot. I'm hoping it gets up to the 90s. I'm hoping it gets up to here.
Okay, well, I'll sit here for a while.
But-
But it's a good trade.
I would like it to have, I'm still like, the thing is that when London's been pushing up this whole week, it hasn't stopped. It's just been grinding, and it takes New York to do the reverse. So I'm pretty happy with how it's going.
So I've got about 120 pips for the day from this morning. Queensland time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Alvin, my plan is to start buying after price. Oh, Alvin, come on, man. Keep the questions coming, but I guess check out some of the other streams as well that I've done. My plan's never to. I'm not a breakout trader. If price makes a high and then comes down, what I'm looking for is if it's breaking above resistance like this. I understand every time you break above resistance, usually you get a bit of a pullback. So I really don't want to enter one that breaks resistance. What I want to do is say, well, is it going to break resistance? If it is, I want to be in somewhere here for it to go and break resistance. I never want to trade above resistance because I know that above resistance you get pullbacks. I want to trade like this, broke resistance, pullback. But you should be able to anticipate that it's going to break. If this resistance, say this is your resistance, and then price shoots up like this, okay, shoots up, and then it creates like a candle, okay, creates a candle like this. What would you think the most likely scenario is after we have a resistance and we get a candle that creates a wick up and then does this? What do you think would normally happen now after this scenario? Most likely scenario after this would be something that takes the high and then starts to fall. That's the most likely scenario. If it closes above, you still get the pullback. You're looking for it to take that high. So do you want to be, if you've got a bullish case, you wait for the pullback and then you look to target that high, but you don't trade above here because your entry, most of the time, you're going to sit and draw down at some stage. If you're only looking for the selling buyers, you wait for the high to be taken. And then you look to sell that to come down. To all of you short those, yeah, like when I see something like what I just said, like I'll short this for sure, but I would like it to give me some sort of reaction at the top of this wick. Because most of the time as well, when you see things that spike up, and then close like this one. Say for example this one here, you've got the resistance to the left of it. You got the resistance to the left, and you see the candle. Then this one spikes up, takes it, but then closes low. You look for it to do the retest in the wick, and you try, if you can, you get the top of it, or you get right at the high of this wick on the lower time frames. But this is a 30-minute time frame, so on the lower time frame, you can probably find an entry. They're the ones that you can give. You can, like, if you're wrong, you're not sacrificing many pips. But if you're right, the risk reward's in your favor. And most of the time, your accuracy on this, I find you can get a really high accuracy and a really high risk reward. But if it closes, if this candle closed bullish above that resistance, say it closed like this, above that resistance, most likely the next candle will pull back and then fill it. It still could close bearish, but at least you know that if you wait for the pullback, you start to target that high again. Never enter for a trade. Well, I'm not gonna say never, because it just hasn't worked for me. That if this is my resistance and then taking a trade when it's breaking resistance, that's never worked for me. Because too often you get a trade and it's looking good for a few pips and then it pulls back on you. So like you might be thinking great for a bit, but in reality, if you're taking those breakout trades, your support's so far below, so that, you know, price could really pull back ages, and you could sit and draw down like 30, 40, 50 pips, and then now you're hoping it goes back up. And I hate that. If you're going to trade like that, you're going to have to give like quite a wide stop loss, and you're going to have to shut the charts down, not look at it, because if you're watching it, it's just painful. Absolutely painful. What happened, Tom? On Goldilocks. Look at this beautiful structure. I'll see IP. Yeah, you have a nice weekend as well. Jose, need to step out. Thanks to the yeah, good one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to scoot as well, guys. Zoomers, stay on. But YouTube, thanks very much for watching. Give the stream a like. Follow my channel if you like. I trade every day on trading. I'm not trading every day for him. But it's Haydos FX on YouTube. So come give that channel some support. If you're on my channel already, really appreciate you guys. You guys are fantastic. And good luck. Hope you guys do well. I'll see you guys on Monday. My Zoomers, stay on. We're going to have a chat about this, because I reckon there could be some sales coming up soon. So Zoomers, stay on. YouTube, see ya.